I really enjoy listening to Dan Patrick. He's a fun person to listen to, and I think he does some great interviews. I enjoy him so much that several years ago, when Tara and I took a vacation through New England, we stopped by the diner above which he records his nationally televised and broadcasted radio show in the hopes of spotting him or one of the Danettes, as they're called. And while we were eating, suddenly Dan Patrick himself walked through the door. Here was my chance to say hello. And do you know what I did? I froze. And to this day, Tara will still give me a lighthearted ribbing about how I missed that opportunity. And I agree. I should have just said hi, but I didn't say a thing. Jesus gathered his disciples. He called them out. He asked them to give up their lives, their livelihoods. He told them to follow him. He sent them out to heal and preach. He showed them miracles. He proclaimed good news as they lived on the generosity of others. And then they saw him arrested, beaten, and killed. How close they must have grown in their time together. And then suddenly, Jesus is dead. Relationally, my heart breaks for the pain the disciples must have felt. But then Christ appears. Christ eats with them. Christ blesses them and teaches them. And then Christ says to them, "Go and make disciples of all nations. I am with you always." And then poof, Christ is no longer visually present. These followers are left with the command to go. Go and share. Go and baptize. Go, go, go. This command is carried over to the church today. Thom Rainer found in his autopsies that the churches that died were no longer going. They were sitting and waiting. They were sitting and recollecting. They were sitting and saying they wanted to go, but none of them was getting up out of their pew and going. That's because going is hard. It's hard for us because we think the Great Commission means winning souls or saving people from hell or handing out tracts. But Jesus doesn't say any of that in his commission. He says to go and share the good news. We shouldn't freeze up because we feel uncomfortable or that will embarrass ourselves. We might kick ourselves later if we pass on the opportunity to go out into our community and serve. I hope we can learn from Thom Rainer's words where he writes, "The Great Commission requires at least 2 points of obedience from us. We are to go, and we are to depend totally upon the power of Christ." And the power of Christ is great enough to raise Jesus from the dead. It's definitely powerful enough for us to say and to show that God loves our neighbor, our family, our community. So don't just sit around. Get up and go.